Good morning, Anthem. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Eloise, and I'm up here to share what God has been teaching me lately. For as long as I can remember, I've grown up in the church, but through all the Sunday school and VBS, it felt as though I had become numb to the whole idea of God's love. But when I made the decision to follow the Lord around 5th grade, it changed a lot of how I led my life. But what I didn't realize is that choosing Jesus doesn't necessarily mean everything becomes easy afterwards. I've struggled a lot with a lot of different things, and in the beginning I realized that if I just let the struggles stay inside my head, all it would do is grow and make me feel more guilt and shame than I already felt. So as scary as it was, I learned to talk honestly and openly about all these things with my parents, but also to work through it, giving all the hard, weird, sticky feelings and thoughts to God. Now I'm in a new season where I'm going through a lot of doubt in whether or not I believe God is real, which is really hard, thinking that I might have to rethink every part of who I am and my life if I walked away from God. But the more I think through it, the more I realize a couple of things. One, faith is faith for a reason. I have a hard time with doubt because of all the uncertainty, and I like to know what I'm doing. But my parents reminded me that the opposite of faith is not doubt, but certainty. God has said in the Bible that he is mysterious, so in the end, we cannot know everything about him and how he does his thing. And that's why, too, it's good to ask and wrestle with hard questions. As scary as it is, it's necessary to grow and stretch my faith. And God leaves room for doubt and questions. He sits with us in the heart of that. 3, no other faith, from what I have collected or have been told, has such a beautiful relationship with their God. This relationship has gotten me through so much gunk, and no other faith I've known has such confidence in the abundance of evidence there is for Jesus. 4, I'm not perfect. I put a lot of pressure on myself a lot of the time to be the kid that no one worries about, who everyone likes, who doesn't and says everything right all the time, who's always fine. But the reality is I'm nowhere near perfect, so no amount of works can make me good enough. And that's why I don't need to put up that act for everyone all the time. And in that, God has shown me how important vulnerability is. Every time someone comes up here to share their story, it reminds me that no one's story is a once upon a time. Each one is richly complicated with joy and bitter intertwined. And what I've realized is that when Jesus is in the mix, he makes a difference in our story. Even though he doesn't always make the bad go away, he's always there to unconditionally, generously love on us, sitting with us in the hard, listening and showing us the way. Which leads me to end on Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you, he will never leave you nor forsake you. Thank you.